Adventure Cup Contestants Part 3. Let's meet the green players! Again, if you're looking for the rules of the Adventure Cup, check out the description or the videos linked. Our first contender is boy genius Izzy Azumi, bringing with him Tentomon into the arena. Now, since he did stop by Tai's house on the way, he is borrowing Agumon for some of his Digimon slots. For Tentomon, Izzy is running 4 suspending level 3s and 4 searchers off the top. There's only going to be 7 whiffs off the tamers and option cards. To curb out the rest of the level 3s, Wormmon adds some searchability with his on-deletion effect. However, Matt Ishida is going to prove to be difficult, especially since his Metal Garurumon gets around this. For level 4s, 4 Kabuterimon for buff inheritables and blockers. While Stingmon was a viable option, ultimately BT1 Kuwagumon was picked for some suspension ability. With Memory Izzy and Izzy and Mimi, there's likely plays to suspend and swing over Digimon. For level 5s, 4 copies of Mega Kabuterimon from BT1, 1 Okuomon for memory gain, and 4 starter deck Mega Kabuterimon for trashing an opponent's security when deleting an opponent's Digimon. There's not much to discuss here, mainly because there's a shortage of Mega Kabuterimons to use. With level 6s, Hercules Kabuterimon, 4 of each from BT1 and the starter deck. Both are great options, especially for the Adventure Cup format. Sure, BT1 Hercules Kabuterimon might have only 10,000 DP, but you've got some buff ability with some of the lower level Digimon in the deck. On top of that, in the Adventure Cup, your maximum threshold of worry is going to be 12k DP in the security. As for option cards, Izzy is going to have 3 slots for 1 Hornbuster and 2 Giga Blaster. Izzy's logic behind this is that Giga Blaster you need 3 memory. Izzy would rather Digivolve and get a big body ready than use option cards. However, the Tamer cards have many uses. First, Izzy and Mimi have teamed up in this Adventure Cup. If your opponent has a suspended Digimon, plus 2 memory. And the second Izzy is actually going to be his memory tamer, but from the black color. Interestingly enough, this card's first on-play effect will never gain you back a memory. However, it will let you check the top 3 cards beforehand when you swing to use Izzy and Mimi's effect for some interesting effects. The best perk of Izzy and Mimi is that you can attack with any of your level 5 Digimon. This will trigger the effect to look at the top 4 level 6 and evo that Digimon automatically. Now introducing Mimi Tachikawa! She's a girl with style, finesse, and her partner Palmon! Mimi is running Tanemon for her baby Digimon, a Digimon that gives plus 1000 DP if you've Digivolved that turn. It's not the best egg, but for what is available, it's all she's got. For Palmon, she runs 14 Palmon Digimon, each with an effect to assist in her deck. The first allows for a reveal 3 from the top and add a level 4 Digimon from among them to the hand. Unfortunately, every Togemon is 2 cost, meaning no cheap Evo cost ups with cards like Vegemon or Weedmon. The second Palmon has an on-deletion effect that lets you place a Palmon from trash underneath a green Digimon on your field. And who doesn't want jamming Palmon underneath something? The last Palmon simply gives a plus 2000 buff when attacking an opponent's Digimon. This rounds out the Palmons with only 2 of the Searcher and 4 of each of the other 3. For Togemons, it's 4 BT1 Togemon for searchability. There are a lot of search options for this Digimon, considering Mimi is running more than the typical number of level 5s and 6s. Her secondary Togemon will be from the starter deck, which gives a plus 2000 DP buff if attacking an opponent's Digimon. Last but not least, 4 Kabuterimon Blocker. Moving to level 5, it's a simple 4 BT1 Lilymon, 2 Blossomon, and 4 Lilymon from the starter deck. BT1 Lilymon is arguably the best Lilymon of the Lilymons because of her suspension effect. Although keep in mind, the effect will not trigger when using Izzy and the Mimi Tamer card. As for Blossomon, it's a flowery card, right? Right? Let's move on. The last 4 slots will be filled with Lilymon from the starter deck. Not really my favorite of the level 5s, unfortunately. It's basically a Togemon, but only looks for a level 6. Honestly, I think Mimi has the weakest of the level 4s and 5s, which is unfortunate because Mimi herself as a tamer is ridiculously strong. For level 6s, it's a simple 4 copies of BT5 Rosemon and 4 copies of Starter Deck Rosemon. While BT1 Rosemon is an option, I honestly prefer the stunning capability of the Starter Deck Rosemon. And while Starter Deck Rosemon can stun, BT5 Rosemon is the primary Digiburst Digimon that allows for jamming Palmon to really shine. With a security attack +1 and jamming, Rosemon will likely survive, pending option cards like Gaia Force don't make an appearance. As for option cards, it's a simple 2 copies of Needle Spray, while Flower Cannon can also be an option. Because the Adventure Cup will likely not have any Rookie Rush type decks, it won't be useful, especially since Needle Spray has dual utility. Finally, the Tamers are rounded off with 2 copies of Mimi Tachikawa and 2 copies of Izzy and Mimi. Remember, memory Tamers of any kind are restricted to 2 copies of each. Otherwise, I'd gladly run 3 copies of Mimi and the 3rd copy of Needle Spray. Out of our green Digidestined, Izzy in my opinion has a pretty solid deck. Mimi will likely be hit or miss, considering her higher level Digimon are lackluster. But in your opinion, will Mimi or Izzy be top contenders in the Adventure Cup? You may be wondering why I haven't been covering any BT6. Well, part of this channel's journey is to cover every aspect of the Digimon trading card game in real time. I'm trying my best not to jump ahead to BT7 or BT8 where there's armor evolution and that's already being discussed. And while the prediction video for Frontier was kind of fun, there's a lot of work to put into card creation and thinking of balanced effects. So until November 24th, there won't be any BT6 content. But once that set drops, you'll find more deck profiles hitting this channel. If you would like to continue following me on my Digimon adventure, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell for notifications from me. The next video will feature the last 2 Digidestins, TK and Kari. And to close that video, I'll be matching up our contenders for the first round of the Adventure Cup. This is DIGI-PANDA. Logging out.